Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss some interesting economics. So let's start with positive and negative externalities and how the market fails when good and bad goods are produced. So first example that you're seeing here is the pollution, right? So in this graph the economist showcased the aluminium market, but it could be petroleum, oil, it could ammonium phosphate market, or any type of chemical or good or service that has a negative externality, so something that harms the society or harms the environment, so it has a damaging effect on our health, right, or our planet's health. So the market fails here because it produces, in theory, more than it should produce, right? For example, pollution. We are in this situation because the market produced too much negative externality, such as pollution. So what you see here is that the optimum should be less, the quantity should be less than the equilibrium, right? What the market produces at the meeting of demand and supply. So there is a welfare loss that we all feel, and that's the cost of the pollution. Well, there's a different story in terms of positive externalities. So education, for example, the market produces less quantity of education than what should be, right? So this is the welfare loss, right? The social value of education. So we all know that, for example, relatives or parents who don't have, or friends who don't have enough education at us, and kind of we would like them to have it, right? But simply no one could pay for it. So we are sorry for this, and we would feel the need. We know that we understand more than that, and we would like them to be educated and to see the same things as us. That's a pity that it doesn't exist. So that's the loss, right? Right. So next thing is about the competitive firm's long-run supply curve. So in the long run, the competitive firm supply curve is the marginal cost above the average total cost. So at the beginning, the red curve, at the beginning the cost is 0, then it moves to the fixed cost, and then it starts growing with the variable costs. And that's the supply curve. The one that is starting to grow is the supply curve above the average total cost. By the way, the average total costs go down because of the fixed income at the beginning is the highest, and it goes down until it reaches the equilibrium, right, where it meets the marginal cost. If the price falls below the average total cost, the firm is better off exiting the market. And the equivalence of Pigovian taxes and pollution permits. So in Parallel A, the government sets a price on pollution by levying a tax, and the demand curve determines the quantity of pollution. In panel B, the government limits the quantity of pollution by limiting the number of pollution permits, and the demand curve determines the price of pollution. the price and quantity of pollution are the same in the two cases. So either by setting a tax or by limiting the number of pollution permits, the government limits pollution. This is exactly what's happening now with the oil industry. The government tries to put a carbon tax, which is exactly a price on pollution, which will set the price of pollution, which is 0 at the moment, which together with the demand curve determines the quantity of pollution, and hopefully this quantity will be lower and lower. And the last thing I want to mention, the 4 types of goods. So goods can be grouped in 4 categories according to 2 questions. Is the good excludable? That is, can people be prevented from using it? And is the good rival? That is, does one person's use of the good diminish other person's use of it? So what are excludable goods? For example, private goods like clothes, ice creams, or natural monopolies like the fire service, cable TV. And goods that cannot be excluded, like common resources, fish in the ocean, the environment, or public goods like flood control dams or national defense. Similarly, goods that are rival, that is, if you use it, you exclude others, are again private goods like congested toll roads, or common resources like congested non-toll roads. And goods that are not rival, like uncongested toll roads, this is a natural monopoly, or public goods like uncongested non-toll roads. So that's it for today. Thanks very much for listening. Next time also a bit on UK government economics and taxation. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.